I did not expect this. Okay, the Nintendo Switch 2 has only been out a couple of days, and already some of the early games are looking next gen. Like, I'm talking PS5 level visuals, but on a Nintendo portable handheld console. That's crazy. And so today I've gathered the 7 most jaw-droppingly beautiful games on Nintendo Switch 2 that are going to make your eyes sparkle, and that brought me so much joy to see that, hey, this system is truly worth it, and this system can truly do it all right? Whether it's lighting, textures, scale, or just the visual style, these games prove that Nintendo's new console isn't just a little upgrade. It's a full-on glow-up, so let's dive in to the 7 best looking games on Nintendo Switch 2, and you can tell me your favorites in the comments down below. Number 7 is Street Fighter 6. Now that's no shade to SF6, it's just there's that many good looking games on Nintendo Switch 2 already. And look, I'm no fighting game pro, but I cannot ignore the fact that this game looks great, runs great, and plays great. I tested out the games in both handheld mode with the crispy screen and docked 4K mode, and it looks awesome. The colors pop, the effects sizzle, and even though personally I'm not the biggest fan of the Street Fighter 6 art style, you can't deny that this looks really good. Like, it looks crisp and clear, and it plays that way. It's just so awesome to see these third-party games looking like they're supposed to on Switch 2. Like, that's not a thing we enjoyed with Switch 1. Games look kind of like they weren't supposed to, but we're gonna have to get used to these third-party titles looking absolutely epic on Switch 2, and I'm loving it. Number 6 is going to be Fortnite. Another game that I'm not super duper fond of, but using Unreal Engine 5 and releasing an updated Switch 2 version specifically for launch, hey, this game looks so much better than it used to. You can see that it performs great, but it also just has that nice clarity. It's very crisp, and that's going to be a theme throughout all of these games. But the vibrancy here, as well as the different tonal lighting differences, are really on display. We got the Star Wars blasters for the month of the Force, and I'm just really impressed with how this runs in comparison to the Switch 1 version. Fortnite is no slouch of a game when it comes to graphics, and the Switch 2 handles it absolutely perfectly. If you're looking for something free to play or something just to say, wow, yeah, this system is nice, this system does what we were kind of hoping it would do, this system is going to make others jealous and is going to make console fanboys a little bit squeamish when it comes to Nintendo this gen, Fortnite is a cool pick. Here's where the list starts getting super hard, because at number 5, Hogwarts Legacy looks magnificent. The textures and attention to detail here is superb, and I was like, this is not a Nintendo console. This is not a modern Nintendo console, but yes, it is. I got the upgrade pack for Hogwarts Legacy, which was, I believe, $10, and it makes a significant difference to the game. Like, we can talk about gameplay and performance, but specifically on the visual front, like, this thing looks good. You're gonna see a scene in a second here where I was just stunned that the floor had as much fidelity as it did. And I was like, there's just no way that it looks this good. I don't see how I'm going to want to play these games any other way from now on. Like, I can play on the PS5 or the Xbox, or I can get it on the Switch 2 and just take it with me wherever I want to go. Hogwarts Legacy is a bit of an older game, but still with the upgrade pack, it looks super nice on the Switch 2, and it's another title that takes advantage of a notable difference between the Switch 1 version and the Switch 2 version to show you, hey, this system has it all. Number 4 is Fast Fusion, and you know what? I considered putting this at number 1. The only reason it doesn't reach those heights is because it is on a track quite literally as a racing game, but my goodness gracious, do the visuals hold up so well at extreme speeds. And this is the most like realistic game I've got on this list, and the most realistic game currently on Nintendo Switch 2. I think it has all the particle effects. It's got an amazing water effect you'll see towards the end of the clips, and it just looks so good at high speed. I was shocked eyeball to eyeball that this is happening on my Switch 2. Like, playing this in portable is a sight to behold, and then docked, it runs amazing. Here in this level in the forest, I was like, dude, this is a PS5 game. I don't know. People are saying, oh, it's more PS4 than PS5. Yes, I get it from like a technical and factual standpoint, but when we're talking about actual console experience, dude, this water effect on the screen, these environments, this speed, I feel like I'm experiencing next gen or current gen, whatever you want to call it. Hands down, absolutely. Number 3 is a Miyazaki movie in action. It's awe-inspiring how much better Tears of the Kingdom looks in 4K and at 60 FPS. This is the upgrade pack, of course, for Tears of the Kingdom. And it's just a special experience. Like, I felt humbled taking my first glimpse at this on my Switch 2. It's so much better. And to me, it's quite clear that Tears of the Kingdom was supposed to be a Switch Pro or Switch 2 game. And, you know, thankfully, their masterminds over there, they were able to make it work on the Switch 1. And it looked great on the OLED, but it does not compare to how it looks now. The just crispness of the character models, the way the colors bounce off of each other, the effects that they have being subtly cel-shaded, but still 3D and giving, like I said, like almost like a Miyazaki level quality here, a level of just wonder when you look. I feel at peace with this game. I feel like it's something I want to stare at and zen out. Like, obviously Tears of the Kingdom has a ton going on. It can be a very crazy game. It can be a very thought-provoking game. But something about my experience just made me sit back and say, wow, Nintendo has really come such a long way. I think back to the Wii graphics, and now I compare them to a couple generations later in the Switch 2 graphics. They're chasing hardware power. They're chasing parity with other consoles. And I'm so lucky to be a part of it. I'm so grateful. I mean, these scenes with the rain, with the enemies tossing boulders, sticking their tongue out. I'm trying to dodge and slice and dice and use some different effects that aren't going to do anything but just to show you how the effects all seamlessly go. Here's where it all just really came together. In the depths, the darkness playing off, the pastels. Man, oh man. Tears of the Kingdom, an amazing game to play if you haven't played. Just as amazing if you already have. Number 2 is going to be Cyberpunk 2077. And it was this guy that really did it for me. I was like, okay, this one has to be near the very tippy top of my list. I know Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the most popular titles at launch, given that they were able to get the whole darn game on the cartridge. The fact that a cartridge game can look like this, I was so excited, literally bouncing in my seat when I started driving for the first time. And I don't know, but I do feel like Cyberpunk is already more fun than it used to be. I only played the game at initial launch, and it looked good then, and it played okay, but I feel like the upgrades and improvements and patches that have happened over the last number of years have put this in such a sweet spot. I think you're going to love Cyberpunk 2077 on your Switch 2. I think you're going to be floored by the visuals as you floor your car across this world. Whether you're changing the camera to be first person up close or third person afar, the characters look good, the details look good, the environments look good. This is like how it should be. Having a portable console, a Nintendo console that can make this happen, it makes me overjoyed and so excited for the future, because this is an old game. How is an even newer game going to look? What is the system capable of once they get it actually purring to its full potential years down the line? Like, we are in for a treat, and the Switch 2 is no slouch in any single sense. It is a superstar system, and I freaking am just loving the visuals. The graphics, they're blowing me away. Number 1 is none other than Mario Kart World. This, of course, is the tentpole title for a reason. The colors, the amount of different things happening on the screen, the visual depth to these worlds, like, it's just beautiful. It's so spectacular. And for those out there saying Mario Kart World just looks like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it does not. No, it don't. Not even close. There is so much more going on, and I love the wide scale of the roads. Some people complain about that, but I think it just adds to the visual depth. I think it just adds to the complexity of the world, and it feels like, dude, this thing is stretched out for 4K as it should be. I'm running by zebras. I got elephants chasing me. I got lightning bolts coming down and changing the track to darkness and rain. There are effects galore, and it just looks insane handheld. The tracks themselves, the skid marks, the characters, the carts, the items. It's a wonder. This is Mario Kart Wonder in a wonderful world. And it only goes to show you that Nintendo has so much more to show us when it comes to other franchises coming to Switch 2, when it comes to other first-party IP. Like, they took this game to the next level. Argue about the price all you want. Argue about the Grand Prix mode all you want, but you cannot deny that this is insanely beautiful. It is spectacular beyond all belief, and it truly shocked me to see this in comparison So playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch OLED, like, yes, that's a nice looking screen, that's a cool looking game, and there are some flourishes there that I do appreciate, but it don't come close to touching this. It don't come a freaking Tanuki feather close to touching the awe-inspiring artwork, art style, and effectiveness of Mario Kart World. This game is brilliant in its gameplay and brilliant in its visuals. I think the Switch 2 is stunning thus far, and I think it's exceeded my expectations. Like, I knew the Switch 2, based on its power, was going to be pretty darn good. I feel like I'm playing a totally comparable current gen console, and for that, I'm just so grateful. I'm so glad to be alive and a part of this generation. This Switch 2 launch has been a superstar for me, and I hope it has been for you as well. Let me know your favorite looking game on the Switch 2 thus far. Any you think I missed, any you think I got wrong, which one would you put at number one? Hopefully there will be even more games coming out in the coming months that shock us and awe us and make our eyes twinkle. DK Bonanza could be next from Nintendo. Cannot wait till mid-July for that one. But in the meantime, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel and the Switch 2. Love y'all lots. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, Switch Force out.